Today's video comes from Federico from Federico Talks Watches on YouTube. In one of his videos titled 2024, The End of Rolex Waitlist, one of his viewers asked this question.
Is this the year that most Rolexes will be available at ADs without the waitlist? If so, is that good or bad?
And I agree with Federico's response, which was this.
So this is an interesting question, and it's multifaceted. It's all based on my opinion. Now, this is definitely the year that Rolexes get easier to get, but the dealers are not going to make it super easy for you regardless, because even though there's going to be way more supply and a little less demand, the illusion of exclusivity is important. I think you'll get the phone call for the sub or whatever a lot faster than you would a year or two ago. I still think they're going to make you play games, and even though they might have it in the back, they're going to make you wait. Datejusts and OPs are going to be a lot easier. Sports models, you're still going to wait a bit, even though they're probably in stock anyway downstairs. No one wants to go from a 2-year waiting list to having it available in the boutique right away. They have to maintain the illusion. Now, I don't agree with
So guys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Rolex waitlist and whether or not it's really going to come to an end. So give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into the video. So like I said in the intro, I agree with Federico's response to one of his viewers. And the reason is because of my personal experience with the Rolex AD. From my experience, I could say that Rolexes are becoming more and more accessible and more people are receiving the call. I truly do believe that the illusion of exclusivity, like Federico says, does exist with Rolex. And it's something that they do need. They do need to have that psychological play with their clients. Rolex cannot show that they're vulnerable and desperate even when supply is high and demand is low, as it is today. I knew Rolex had hit rock bottom last year, 2023, when I received my call from the Rolex AD for a Rolex Submariner.
Hello?
After waiting 5 years, guys,
5 years. 5 años.
they decided to give me a call. It felt like the last to get chosen at a pickup basketball game. Well, I don't exactly know how that feels because I've always been #1 picked, not gonna lie, but I can only imagine.
Game. Blouses.
My example of being picked last, I believe, is a good example in this case because waiting 5 years for anything is too long.
He ain't lying.
Understanding that it was gonna be my first purchase of a Rolex at the Rolex AD and knowing how the ADs operate, I kind of knew what I was in for. The AD that I'm referring to is located in Miami, Florida, the place where the rich and successful live. So this AD was there for years, serving clients that's a regular, that has a long spend history with this particular AD. So, So little broke me walking into this Rolex AD to try and get a Rolex Submariner or GMT, I believe was the two options I was going after, really felt impossible. I can remember the experience to a degree to this day. The confidence and arrogance in the demeanor of the salesperson as he took my information to let me know that I'm gonna be on a list and they're gonna call me. Maybe there's a high likelihood it's not gonna happen. I think that was part of the conversation. But he took my information and how confident he was and arrogant, I could just feel it. I could see it right now. To now call me in 2023, 5 years later, the experience was he gave me a call. I answered skeptically because I didn't know who this number was. So this person saying the Rolex that I wanted is ready. I'm like, okay, I buy Rolexes all the time. But then he said from the Rolex AD in this specific location. So I told him, who, what? I had to ask questions to verify if this was a prank call. And then I got confident to say, okay, this is the guy. I kind of remember the voice a little bit. And I told him this was 5 years ago. And I need time now to figure out if I really want it right now and if my schedule will allow me to fly down to Miami because I was traveling at the time. So after we got off the phone call, I guess a few hours later or even the next day, I received text messages and voicemails and This guy was thirsty to make a sale. It was almost like his life depended on this sale. So with my first encounter with the salesperson to my last encounter with the salesperson, it was just totally different. So I was able to see the desperation and the readiness to sell off some of these timepieces. And I know because it was a Submariner. It wasn't like a Datejust or a ladies Rolex. It was a Rolex Submariner. And those timepieces, they don't really let them go as quickly. So guys, with all that being said, in all honesty, I don't see the wait list going away. I really don't believe Rolex will ever go back to the days where they were selling Rolex Submariners and all these higher models at a discount. If that ever happens, I don't know what would happen to the whole gray market. So if you're someone that had your name on the wait list and you haven't received a call yet, just go into your Rolex AD and remind them, because I think you might have a greater chance right now of getting that timepiece that you wanted in the past few years. Guys, hopefully you enjoyed this content. Remember to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below your opinion on this topic. Remember to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and stay tuned for the next video.